know say a lot of us can't help ourselves but keep asking the question, what wrong with people nowadays? Why people are so violent? Anyway, this woman, she was charged with chopping her male neighbor over water pipe issue. Can you imagine that? Anyway guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, this is a troubling incident, and it really underscored the growing challenges surrounding mental health and conflict resolution inside our country. Now, you have to say, this person have mental issues. A water, a pipe water. She get herself now. Look, maybe when she gone in our jail, she maybe don't even have pipe water. This woman has been charged with wounding a neighbor following a conflict over shared water pipe. And this happened on March 19 in one place then called Petersfield in Westmoreland. And all happened is that it result in serious consequences for both the individuals involved, because one gone to jail, one gone to hospital. And this case really amplifies a broader societal issue, because incidents of violence stemming from misunderstanding and disputes seem to be on the rise. Every day is the same thing. People can't talk things out. People can't even say them trace. Cuss one another off. Tell the other one saying ugly. Tell the other one saying short. And them gone about their business now. They don't argue anymore. People used to argue and say, oh, you're black like tar, or you're short like stump. And it done this up. But nowadays they're taking it further. This woman is a 40-year-old. And she could spend a little time in a jail maybe. Woman named Kerry-Ann Clarke. And she come from Bastard Cedar Walk. And the woman find herself embroiled in a dispute with a male neighbor concerning the maintenance and use of a water pipe that serves both of their homes. May wonder if them related, because one pipe serves two homes. The water is an essential resource, and concerns regarding its availability can easily lead to tension, because you can live without anything else, but you can't live without water. And especially sometimes in communities where resources are scarce, and it can really cause problems. And in some communities, people increasingly struggle to settle differences constructively, and this often resort to violate one another in one respect or the other. It can cause all type of reaction, because nobody no want to resolve no issues anymore. Them just heated and no want to listen to one another. Well, according to a report, it says that the conflict intensified at around 3:30 p.m. on that day, and it culminates into a physical confrontation. And because in the heat of the moment, the woman grabbed the machete and wheeled it at the man, inflicting him not only one, several wounds. Now the situation, which began as a simple little argument, it rapidly transformed into a violent encounter. Vividly illustrating the critical need for improved methods of mediation. It looked like the government going to have to put mediators in areas, every little area, for every street, because neighbors are fight against neighbors to resolve conflicts. And such violent outcomes, it not only pose physical risk to those directly involved, but also raise alarming questions about the social fabric of our neighborhoods and the underlying mental health challenges many individuals face. After the incident unfolded, the injured man was quickly aided by local residents who rushed the man to the hospital for urgent medical treatment. And the man's injuries were severe and required immediate attention. And this just reaffirmed how swiftly situation can spiral out of control when people don't know how to settle them differences. Because I am sure wherever that woman is today, she's having regrets. Because maybe she herself never knows it would have get out of hand to the point where she don't even need the water pipe no more where she there. You know, the trauma of such an event extends beyond the physical injuries. It leaves emotional scars for both the individuals involved and even the witnesses them who may feel unsafe in their own community, afraid. Say, baby, then I go say nothing to nobody because they don't know who I go hurt them. And it's been happening. The disruption of what? This disruption of what should be a peaceful neighborhood, it can linger. It will be a story, a history. It might not be in the history book, but people in the neighborhood will always talk about, you know what happened? May I leave the water, yes, sir? Because Miss this or Miss that, Miss Clark or Miss that. You remember this woman who did this to that neighbor because of liquor water? Me no want having had nothing to do with that. It can drive fear in the people. The police were soon informed and they took statements from the injured man who identified the woman as his assailant. And as the investigation progressed, it became evident that the incident was more than just an isolated act of violence. It reflects deeper societal issue, including, I mentioned this already, mental struggles. You know how many people are walk around now, right in Jamaica, who have mental issues and people treat them as being normal. And not, when I say normal, I don't really mean normal, like them fool, or them take it for joke. These are serious things. Even some people out there homeless. But because they're not creating any problems, people don't think they are mental. And they're not getting any help for it. The woman was subsequently arrested and charged with wounding with intent. A legal response intended to address the serious nature of the woman's offense. Now she's awaiting her court date. And this is a stark reminder of the importance of fostering better communication and conflict resolution skills within our neighborhood, with our neighbors, with our family. Our neighbors are our family too. Because sometimes some of these people who are neighbors that we know from, we have sense. We must can live among our neighbors and live good with them and can settle differences. What could have been an opportunity for dialogue ended up in violence, raising the question of what preventative measures could have been taken. This incident highlights the necessity for community resources aimed at diffusing tensions and facilitating understanding among residents. It look like we need in each we have justice of the peace in the community. But what are the roles of the justice of the peace? Is it to settle conflicts in the neighborhood? Is one of their duty to settle conflicts? Because from what I see with justices of the peace, some of them don't isolate themselves from the people in their neighborhood. And as I say, I don't know what their duties are, but the title says Justice of the Peace. And too many people are fighting and hurting each other and killing each other. The domestic violence, because if the person is your neighbor so close, I would consider that a domestic violence. It don't necessarily have to be your blood relative. Now, in a society where many individuals are grappling with heightening stress due to various factors, ranging from economic pressures to personal crises, it's vital to create spaces for constructive dialogue and emotional support. Community programs focused on mental health support and conflict mediation could prove invaluable. First time people used to go to them pass are the principal to help them. But there is no respect for nobody anymore. Everybody depend their own and I do what them feel like. Workshops that teach residents how to communicate their needs effectively, empathize with one another, and de-escalate conflicts could be instrumental in preventing similar incidents in the future. The discussion should extend beyond individual responsibility. Communities must collectively invest in creating an atmosphere where conflicts can be resolved amicably. This could be achieved through engaging individuals in constructive conversations. People need to go back into their churches. I'm not saying people should join church, be a member, or if they don't want, it's between them and God if they don't want to be a Christian. But have something to guide them. Have some leader that they can look up to. The establishment of neighborhood councils or support group where residents can share concerns and offer solutions could go a long way in reducing instances of violence. Community leaders like in the church, in the schools, leaders and local organizations can play a significant role in spearheading these initiatives because it used to work in the past. And as we have one president who say, make America great again. People, we need to, I don't know how that go, would make America great again in one context. Anyway, I'm not going to politics. But we need to go back to some of these old things in Jamaica to make Jamaica what it used to be, to cut down on all the violence. At the legal process, as this legal process unfolds for Clarke, it prompts a large reflection of how we as society address conflict, support mental health, and ultimately strive for a more peaceful coexistence. Each incident of violence can serve as a learning opportunity, urging us to advocate for proactive measures that prioritize emotional wellness and constructive conflict resolution, building a culture, as I said, going back, building a culture of understanding within our neighborhoods that it can significantly improve people's mental health outcome and faster, safer environment in all areas. We need to go back. We need to go back to that past. Not for everything. We wouldn't want certain things to go back to certain things in life. But it's like, I was at a funeral I was at a funeral this morning and we were talking before the funeral started. We were on Zoom and we got there a little early. I didn't know a lot of the people, but there was somebody from Trinidad and she was talking about you have to say good morning when you have to greet people when you see them, if you see them in a bus and all those things. And I remember the days when that used to be true. It is no longer true. A kid will step over you, see your foot out in the road, step over it, and don't say good morning. And if you say something to them, next thing you know, if they don't tell you off, you see them parents that come tell you off. And then what happened next? Those same kids become violent. And this is what, and then we blame the government about crimes. The government don't bring children. You have to train the child the way you want the child to grow up. And this is it. You grow up a child violent, and see there? It's either if the woman is not mental, then she's violent. I may not think so, she just pick it up so. Something she probably grow up and see violent people around her. And this is the least little thing. She want to use violence to defend herself. The realities of mental health cannot be overlooked either. Because many people out there face invisible battles that influence their actions and reactions in stressful situations. Access to mental health resources is paramount, and communities should work together to ensure that those in need are supported rather than pushed to the margins and being teased and called all sorts of names. Because, that's us. Tease people. Everybody have a name, If a person is short, you call them shorty. If a person is fat, you call them fat. If a person is black, you call them blackie. If a person is light skin, you call them reds. I mean, people do accept those names, and it's the norm. It's a norm in Jamaica for us to have nicknames that we call people, and people accept it. You hear short, them call you dry head, and I remember a man who had his knock knees, and the kids used to call him capital K. So, but mental health is a serious business. You can't go there and call everybody crazy. Because sometimes these violence, it's because of some mental issues. Training community members in recognizing signs of distress and encouraging discussions about mental health can help dismantle stigma and promote a culture of care. Let people understand, and there should be some kind like a program, maybe if it's even once a week on the TV, just a little half an hour, to educate people, because really and truly, people are not educated in Jamaica about mental health. In America, half of the American people, a lot of them, they take stress medication. They walk around normal, and so it's like they'll come to work and tell you, said, I'm on anxiety medication. And it's like no big deal. You tell somebody, so Jamaica, everybody attacks, so you're mad, you're crazy, you're sick. And nobody don't want to associate themselves with you. But there are people there that need help. And people jeer them instead. Now, this incident really serves as a powerful reminder of the critical need for community engagement, mental health support, and effective conflict resolution. The path forward is one that calls for compassion, understanding, and commitment to creating safer, more connected communities, where disputes can be resolved without resorting to violence. Maybe this woman, I'll have her picnic them where she left them, and she might have to go serve time at jail. And because she's a young woman. And as we examine the societal implications of such events, let's strive to cultivate environments that promote dialogue, empathy, and mutual support, ensuring that every neighbor feels heard and valued. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, kindly make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the video. And I will see you back here on my next YouTube video.